We here at NASDtv have been preparing and working on segments that promote our amazing and great African American teachers that impact our lives in a positive way every day, from their unique teaching styles to the way that they relate to us, the students. African American teachers at NAHS only make up 5% of this school's teacher population. That means for every one African American teacher, there are 117 African American students, when the national average is approximately 18%. Here's a look at our amazing and great African American teachers doing a great job of impacting our lives in a positive way.
I've been teaching for 17 years in different states across the nation. I've been at Norristown High School for 10 years. I like Norristown because I like the diversity amongst the students. I think they're fun and outgoing, and every day I learn something new from my students.
It's really the interaction with the kids. I get to share the knowledge that I've acquired over the years because I spent several years, 16 years to be exact, as a chemist.
We have a lot of bright students here. I think Norristown gets a bad rap, and that we have wonderful, great students here that want and deserve a good education.
I come across as true. And I think that allows my students to understand that, hey, look, Mr. Willis does care about us. I don't pull any punches. And sometimes, the reality is, that there's some harshness there with a grade or with a test or a quiz, but I'm always supportive of my students.
They add more color to my life in more ways than one. It's a great community to be around.
I try to get to know as many students as I can on a personal level. I'm interested in what they're doing outside of the classroom, in sports and extracurriculars, and I'm interested in what kind of family life they come from.
I think it's crucial that you have minority teachers first to serve as role models and to show that you need to get an education. And I think that there are times when a minority teacher may be able to relate to his or her minority students on a different level.
There are very few African American teachers, and I think that is a shame because our African American students, and I'm going to refer to them as our children, need to see African American teachers in a professional environment.
That there is a sufficient representation of African American teachers and professionals with the high percentage of African American students in this school district.
I think that some of the challenges would be that Caucasian teachers, they tend to make jokes about the black community in front of me. They think that these jokes are okay to make.
I mean, we all face challenges in different ways. In the teaching staff, I think our staff is really dedicated to the students. I think sometimes our staff may need some sensitivity training.
Being an African American male, there were some questions around the idea of whether I could or could not, participate in a science world, and I took it as a challenge. And as I tell my own personal kids, when someone challenges you, you have two options. You can either agree with their challenge and say you're not going to do it, or you can take on that challenge headstrong. And that's what I did. I took on the challenge headstrong, and here I sit 15 years later as 15 years of experience here at Norristown.
It was extra hard for me being African American, and especially being a woman.
I think if you work around the right type of teachers, then you're not going to have a challenge. So in this school, I don't see that really as a challenge, but I can see where other individuals who might work in different schools with maybe not so much of a diverse population of students or teachers of a minority background might feel a little bit out of place.
You're expected to be, not only, as all teachers are, you're expected to be an educator, you're expected to be a role model, but there's probably that extra expectation that you will connect with a lot of the minorities. And it's true just because there's a lot of similar backgrounds.
You're asking about challenges in terms of being a black male in this profession. There are some. As I said, I do hold myself to a higher standard at times because of the population I know I teach. I want my students, both white, Latino, African American, male or female, to see me as a solid person who stands up for what he believes in and teaches with a passion.
I call it the aha moment, when I've been explaining a concept and all I saw was glazed looks, and then after like 3 days of explaining the same concept, you see eyes light up and they're like, that's what you mean. That's the aha moment. That's why I do it.
We thank all of our African American teachers and staff for giving us their time and their effort throughout the interview process. As you can see, here at NAHS, we need a lot more African American teachers to continue to make an impact on our students' lives. In order to see the interviews in the entirety, go check us out either on cable TV, Comcast channel 28, and Verizon channel 45. And check us out on the YouTube page, NASDtv Archive.